How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your weekly forecast, your monthly forecast for January 2018 for Scorpio. You guys got quite a little bit going on. I'm going to work my way back and start with Uranus going direct in Aries. This is happening in your guys' 6th house. As Uranus goes direct on the 3rd, every planet will be direct, and that's not really the biggest deal. However, you're going to see a pretty small emphasis on energy pretty much moving forward. Not everything's going to be so internalized as, when we have a lot of planets retrograde, it's like, a lot of internal change. When all the planets go direct, you see a lot more change on the outside, really more in your environment and your reality. However, with Uranus going direct in your 6th house in Aries, with Uranus being in this part of your chart, it's like since 2011, since Uranus has been in Aries, there's been a dramatic and impulsive, exciting movement to really focus on yourself as far as where your health goes. Are you what your work is, what your habits are, really putting an emphasis on how you can really build yourself up in the best way, how you can really, emphasize on your health, your routine, your habits, whether you're employed, what does your employment look like? Is it something that really benefits you or brings you down? All that Uranus and Aries type energy. However, as he goes direct, all of the confusion and the questioning whether or not, something is holding you back or you do want to be moving forward with something, that is going to change as Uranus goes direct. You'll be wanting to move forward with whatever ideas that are going to be inspiring you, that are really going to be liberating you from any sort of like a self, derogatory, negative energy that you may have about, what it is that you're doing every single day, what kind of routine or habits you have, or maybe if you haven't been really focusing on your health. As Uranus goes direct, you may want to take initiative with that and all that kind of good stuff. Saturn is now in Capricorn. Saturn is now in your guys' 3rd house. Saturn is now working on your communication skills, your language skills, your thinking skills, your critical thinking skills, your mindset, your internal dialogue. And as Saturn is in Capricorn right here, you can't allow yourself to really, I don't want to say spin out of control like that Scorpio energy. However, as Saturn goes through here, you're going to start to see where you do limit yourself in your own communication, where you do limit yourself in where your mindset really is. And with Saturn being in Capricorn, this is the time to really put that emphasis on the structure, on the efficiency, and what you're trying to build. As Saturn goes through Capricorn, you're going to see a lot more, and this, of course, is a 3-year transit, so I'm going to be talking about this a lot more. However, Saturn is in Capricorn now. He is showing you how to discipline yourself with how you think, with how you speak, how you communicate with other people. And as Saturn goes through here, you're going to find yourself, it's going to be a little bit hard to kind of open up and be vulnerable. You may have to take this rigid approach to it, almost kind of like, you kind of have to be a boss to an employee almost in a sense, rather than a friend to a friend. And definitely have that more professional type relationship. However, as Saturn goes to this part, this isn't the biggest time to, really, I don't want to say super get strict or anything, because this is Saturn in Capricorn. It is time to, kind of buckle down and start figuring out, what are the things that you're thinking? What are you telling yourself every day? What kind of questions are you asking? And what are you really believing? And when I say belief, I know this is the 3rd house. This is Gemini. This is all about communication. However, this is where Mercury is ruled. This is all about your mindset. This is all about your internal dialogue and what you're telling yourself every day. And as Capricorn kind of just rules this part of your chart, you can find yourself very locked into a certain way of doing things, a certain way of communicating, a certain way of, whatever it is, because that's what works. That's that Capricorn energy. But as Saturn goes through here, you're going to start to see where things don't really work the way that you think they do, or they're not going to work like they used to. And you're going to have some change and develop some better structure and have a little bit more discipline with focusing on what your mindset is every single day. But of course, that is going on for the next 3 years. So keep that in mind. I will be going back and forth onto that. However, as he moves into Capricorn, you might have felt that shift of your mindset of, thinking maybe a little bit different now. Jupiter and Mars are in Scorpio. So they're going through your 1st house. They're going through Jupiter in Scorpio. For you Scorpios, you're just really starting to fully grasp the idea of what it means to be you. What do you really believe about yourself, about your personality, about your identity, about how you come off, about how you represent yourself? And with Jupiter and Scorpio here, it could bring up a lot of, I don't want to say emotional baggage, but things that Scorpios typically like to, I don't want to say suppress, but just not acknowledge. It's a little bit too extreme. However, as Mars and Jupiter conjunct, this is happening on between the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Mars and Jupiter will be conjunct. This is a huge, huge time. Mars is going through Scorpio. Jupiter's going through Scorpio. You're developing all these beliefs about yourself. You're starting to really become aware of the truth of who you are and how you can best express that and believe that. What the truth is really to you, and how that really ties with how you kind of come about people. You could be in a very positive mood this year. This is Jupiter in Scorpio. This is time to work on your positivity. However, with Mars being right here, you're starting to want to take more action on who you really are. Mars in the first house is like, I need something that calls to me, that is representative of my identity. And as Mars goes through here, you're starting to see that energy come up again, where it's like, man, I'm feeling this energy, I'm feeling pumped, I'm ready to go. But as it conjuncts Jupiter during the 6th, 7th, 8th, be aware of what you're taking action on and what beliefs about yourself you're taking action on. Because if you're still stuck in the cynical, old, negative thought patterns and stuff like that, you're going to see a lot of, the best way to put it is a train wreck. It's going to look like kind of a train wreck. However, with this Mars and Jupiter conjunction, if you're really starting to dive into the sense of beliefs that you have about yourself and really look into, okay, like, is this what I really believe about myself? Is this really the truth of who I am and what my identity and what my place is here in this world? Mars conjuncting it is really going to, put an emphasis on that. Take new action. If you have an idea or any sort of intuitive insight that goes, hey, you need to be doing this, like, do it. Listen to your intuition. You're a Scorpio. Like, stop not listening to your intuition, because you guys are FBI investigators and you're always right, even though you think you're wrong. But then you tell everyone you're right, and then everyone's like, you're just a crazy Scorpio. Shut up. So just take action this time. During that first week, the second week of January, you are going to be feeling quite a impulse to take action, and I would recommend doing it, especially on something that is on a new belief system that you're really working on, something that is really positive, something that you know is going to take you to the next level. Venus is in Capricorn. She's going through your 3rd house. She's going to be entering Aquarius on the 19th of January. And as Venus goes through Aquarius, you're starting to put a lot of emphasis into how you communicate, how you really speak, your internal dialogue. And with Venus right here, this is the time to really bring the love into the focus. We had this Venus-Saturn conjunction, in 2017. And with that Venus-Saturn conjunction, you could have had a lot of realizations of like, oh man, like, I need to put some more love into here. I need to value my communication skills more. I need to actually put more value into my mindset and believe that, and ask myself, why do I value this? Why do I value this structure? Why do I value and emphasize and always focus on this system of operations through the way that you think, the way that you communicate, the way that you talk? Why does that system work? And if it works, like, use it. But if it doesn't work for what you're really going for, don't use it. And as Venus goes through here, you're going to start to really, dive into it. This is Venus in Capricorn. She's not the happiest here, but she's willing to do the work. She's willing to do the groundwork. So put your heart into this, really emphasize what you're passionate about, what it is that you're trying to get across, and what it is that's going to work. Because with Venus and Capricorn right here, it's like, when nothing's working, it could just be, detrimental. However, the biggest thing is to focus on what is going to work. Really value efficiency and effectivity with your mindset and how you communicate, how you get across to people, especially with your own questions. If you're asking yourself questions, or you're asking questions about the world around you, like, that Venus and Capricorn energy is going to come in pretty big. And as she goes through Aquarius, she's going to enter your 4th house. The Venus enters Aquarius on the 19th. That's when it's going to be more of diving into what it means to really focus on your home and your private life. As Venus goes through your 4th house, you're going to see a lot of emphasis and emotional pull. Not necessarily so much emotions as like gut-wrenching stuff, but really just passion and excitement and adventurousness and creativity within your home and your private life. Like, what are you doing different? Are you willing to really do the work of the Venus and Capricorn energy to have a more fun, open, and creative private life? Or are you just going to isolate yourself from everybody and alienate yourself from everybody? Because with Venus here in Aquarius, she's going to see a lot of opportunities. She's going to see she's going to see the big picture, is the best way to put it, the bird's eye view almost, in a sense. And you can sometimes be isolate and alienate yourself from your family, from your parents, from your home and private life. Like, you don't want to stay home, or you may just stay home, like, period, like, all the time, and not want to leave. How she enters Venus in Aquarius, as Venus enters Aquarius, though, and goes through your 4th house, what do you value about your home and your private life? Get creative. Like, what is it that you truly want to create? You have a kind of a different idea, and you want things to work in your way, and you have to have everybody kind of look at things the way that you want them. You got to somehow get everybody to see the perspective that you want them to see. And with Venus right here, this is the time to really value connecting with other people, really value connecting with your family, with where you live, with your needs, where you need to be nurtured. And connecting with that and valuing that really looks like looking at all your possibilities, looking at all your options. What is possible? What can you feel? What can you experience? How do you want to be creative? How do you want to bring people together? How do you want to be, that Aquarius energy of really new information, of bringing people together, the humanitarianism, the liberalism, all that kind of good stuff. Mercury is through Sagittarius, going through Capricorn, going through Aquarius. Mercury's in Sagittarius in your second house, so you're kind of rethinking of, okay, where do I really need security, and what does security really look like? How do I want to go about this with that Mercury retrograde? And as Mercury flies through Sagittarius, this is definitely a good time to put a mental focus on, okay, what is going to give you support? Like if you got money issues right now, get creative with ideas. Where do you want to take things? How far do you want to take them? And this is the biggest time to focus on where you want to take them, because that's going to help you get that inspiration and that scorpionic intensity to really go about doing that. Then Mercury will enter Capricorn. This is when you're going to have that Capricorn energy really emphasized. That's going to be on Friday the 12th. With Mercury going into Capricorn, that's going to be, okay, where do I put my mindset as far as my communication? Mercury's going to be in his third house where he's happy with you guys. With Capricorn, this is going to be, okay, like, where do I need to put more structure? Where do I need to focus? What is my mindset right now? Am I limiting myself? Am I prospering? Am I loving myself? Am I doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results and going crazy? Or am I doing something that's more efficient and effective and being open and vulnerable to willing to learn something different and new that is going to give me a better structure and a better mindset throughout life? That's really what this Mercury and Capricorn is going to be about, to really sum it up in just a couple sentences. But as Mercury goes through Capricorn, that's going to be the biggest thing to focus on. He then enters Aquarius later on at the end of February 1st. So then he'll enter your fourth house, and that's when all that fourth house stuff is really going to come into emphasis. To end it, we got the new moon in Capricorn and the full moon in Cancer. The full moon in Cancer is happening on the 2nd and the 3rd, Tuesday and Wednesday. It's going to be an emotional deal. This is happening in your 9th house, though. What do you believe? And, are you willing to really trust in your belief system? Are you really willing to open up your heart, look at where you need nurturing, where you need love, where you need sympathy, where you need to be cared for? Are you willing to open that up, look at that, expose it, and believe that you can have that, or believe that what you need is what's right for you? Are you willing to trust other people in order to develop more of that higher sense of belief, that higher sense of spirituality? Are you willing to open up to people? Are you willing to open up to your dreams? Are you trusting your belief system? Are you trusting your spirituality? Are you trusting your faith? That's what this full moon is going to be about. And, that's completely up to you guys. And this full moon in Cancers, though, is going to bring up a lot of the emotional aspects of it and bring it to your, immediate awareness. This is the time to really go, okay, if I really want to believe in what I want to believe, I really have to trust this process, trust the universe, and take that leap of faith of, opening yourself up and surrendering to the process, surrendering to the universe. I know you're Scorpio, surrendering is a trigger word, but as this full moon happens, get in touch with yourself. This is a good time, especially for you Scorpios, to meditate. Look inside yourself. What are you feeling? Where do you need nurturing? Where do you need support and sympathy and love when it comes to what you really believe and where you really want to go? Then we have the new moon in Capricorn, again, your third house. So after this full moon in Cancer, the new moon will be happening on the 15th, between the 15th, 16th, or actually the 17th right there. As we have this new moon in Capricorn, after you open up, you learn about all the emotions that you kind of have to go through for this new year. The new moon in Capricorn is going to be that intention setting. Like, what mindset are you going to put yourself under? Because Mercury will be there, Venus will be there, Saturn will be there, and it's time to really go, okay, what do I value? What kind of structure am I trying to take on, and how can I develop this into my mindset? It's going to be going over in your mind all month long, so you might as well do something with it. This new moon in Capricorn is really going to give you guys a whole sense of structure, a whole sense of, okay, like now I know what to do. Now I know where to go. Now I know how to go about things. So, but you're not going to get that unless you really dive into this full moon in Cancer, unless you really, really open up yourself. And this is happening, that full moon in Cancer is the first couple days of the new year. So, feel it. get into it. And that's what I got for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching all my videos. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter at whitelightcam, or Facebook is whitelighastrology. If you guys are interested in readings, feel free to send me an email at whitelighastrology@gmail.com, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.